If you believe that age automatically means weakness, sickness, and dependence, I'm here to challenge that idea. At 94 years old, I live alone, take no medicine, and enjoy each day with energy and clarity. It's not because of luck or some secret remedy, but because of simple morning habits that have kept me strong, healthy, and independent. These are practices anyone can adopt, no matter their age, and the earlier you start, the better. Each morning, I begin my day with gratitude. Instead of worrying about the aches, the weather, or what I can't do, I choose to focus on what I can. This positive mindset is more powerful than most people realize. When you train your mind to look at life with optimism, your body follows with energy. Stress, anger, and negativity can age you faster than anything else, so I keep them out of my mornings and replace them with thankfulness and purpose. The second thing I do is move my body. At my age, I don't lift heavy weights or run marathons, but I stretch, walk around the house, and keep my joints moving. Simple exercises like gentle bends, arm circles, and walking in place keep blood flowing, muscles flexible, and balance sharp. Many people think slowing down is safer, but the truth is, when you stop moving, that's when the body really begins to fail. Even 10 to 15 minutes of light movement each morning helps me stay active throughout the day. When people think about health and longevity, they often imagine exercise routines, special diets, or complicated wellness programs. While all of these matter, the truth is that the foundation of energy, clarity, and independence in old age starts with the way you think when you wake up. Beginning the day with gratitude and a positive mindset sets the tone not only for your mood, but also for the way your body functions. Science has shown over and over that the mind and body are connected more deeply than most realize, and cultivating an optimistic outlook can influence everything from blood pressure to immunity. At 94, choosing to be thankful instead of dwelling on limitations has been a major factor in keeping me strong and living without dependence on medication. When you first open your eyes in the morning, your thoughts determine your direction. Some people immediately think about their problems, their pain, or the challenges ahead. This creates stress hormones like cortisol that set the body into a state of tension before the day even begins. Over time, this constant stress weakens the immune system, drains energy, and accelerates aging. On the other hand, when you start the day with gratitude, by simply reflecting on what is still good in your life, the people you love, or even the gift of another day, you activate a completely different response in the body. Hormones like serotonin and dopamine rise, your heart rate steadies, and your mind becomes calmer. This balance allows you to approach challenges with strength rather than fear. Practicing gratitude doesn't mean ignoring difficulties or pretending problems don't exist. It means choosing to direct your focus on what supports life rather than what drains it. For someone in their later years, it could be being thankful for waking up, for having the ability to walk to the kitchen, for hearing a bird outside the window, or for the simple comfort of breathing. These small acknowledgments may seem minor, but they create a chain reaction of positive thoughts. A grateful heart is naturally lighter, and a lighter heart carries the body with more energy. Developing a positive mindset early in the day also influences decision-making. People who feel hopeless or negative are less likely to take care of themselves, eat nourishing foods, or stay active. They often give up on habits that could improve their quality of life because they believe it won't matter. On the other hand, a person who begins the day thankful and hopeful naturally makes healthier choices. They prepare a better breakfast, they feel motivated to stretch their body, and they carry a smile that invites good interaction with others. This mindset creates momentum, turning one positive action into another, and soon the whole day follows in that direction. Gratitude also has a healing effect on relationships. Older adults often face loneliness or the feeling of being left behind. If you focus on who is missing or what you have lost, it creates bitterness and sadness. But if you choose to be thankful for those who still check in, the memories you hold, or even the chance to call someone and say hello, you build connection instead of isolation. Relationships grow when they are watered with appreciation, and a grateful attitude makes people want to be around you. This keeps the spirit strong, which in turn keeps the body alive with purpose. A positive mindset is also protective against mental decline. Studies show that individuals who maintain a hopeful outlook are less likely to suffer severe cognitive issues because they train their brains daily to seek good and to solve problems with calmness. When the mind is filled with negative self-talk, fear, and regret, it becomes rigid and tired, which can accelerate memory loss and confusion. By contrast, gratitude keeps the brain flexible. It encourages curiosity, laughter, and learning. These qualities are not just pleasant. They are vital to independence in older years. It is worth noting that gratitude is a practice, not a single thought. For me, it has become a morning ritual. Before I rise, I take a moment to say thank you for my health, my independence, and my family. Sometimes I recall a joyful memory. Other times I focus on a small blessing from the day before. This act does not take long, but it sets the rhythm of the day. When negative moments arise later, I am stronger because my mind began in the right place. Anyone can do this, no matter their age or situation, and the more consistent the practice, the deeper the results. Even on difficult mornings, when the body feels heavy or loneliness whispers louder than usual, gratitude acts as an anchor. It reminds me that while I cannot control everything, I can control my perspective. This realization brings peace and allows me to carry myself with dignity. Positivity doesn't erase challenges, but it gives me the strength to face them without letting them break my spirit. That strength translates into better health choices, stronger immunity, and more enjoyable days. This is why I say that starting the day with gratitude and a positive mindset is one of the most powerful habits for staying healthy and independent, even in the later stages of life. It doesn't require money, equipment, or youthful energy. Only the willingness to look at life with a thankful heart and to choose hope over despair. Over time, this simple practice has the power to transform not just mornings, but entire lives. Movement is life, and as long as the body continues to move, it continues to stay alive, flexible, and capable. One of the greatest mistakes many older adults make is believing that slowing down and resting more will preserve their health. In reality, inactivity weakens the muscles, stiffens the joints, and reduces circulation, which makes daily tasks harder and increases dependence on others. Light exercise in the morning is one of the simplest yet most powerful habits to maintain independence and vitality well into later years. The body is not designed to stay still, and even gentle movements can bring back energy, improve balance, and protect against many of the conditions associated with aging. When the day begins with physical activity, the body wakes up in a natural way. Blood flow increases, oxygen reaches every cell, and stiffness from the night eases out of the muscles and joints. For older adults, this means reducing the risk of falls and injuries, because flexible joints and active muscles are better at supporting balance. Many people underestimate how small movements can lead to big improvements. Walking in place, raising arms gently above the head, turning the torso side to side, or doing ankle circles can refresh the body and set the tone for an active day. These may seem too simple to matter, but consistency in such movements builds resilience over time. Exercise also strengthens the heart, which is a muscle that needs training just like any other. Light morning movement supports cardiovascular health by gently raising the heart rate without strain. This keeps blood pressure stable, prevents blockages, and allows the body to carry nutrients more effectively. Older adults who remain active tend to have sharper memory, clearer thinking, and better mood because their brains receive a steady supply of oxygen-rich blood. Just 10 to 15 minutes of movement in the morning can set this positive chain reaction into motion, improving both physical and mental health for the entire day. Another benefit of morning exercise is its role in controlling weight and digestion. As people age, metabolism naturally slows down, making it easier to gain weight even on smaller amounts of food. This added weight can place stress on joints, increase the risk of diabetes, and lead to fatigue. Light exercise revs up the metabolism, making digestion smoother and energy use more efficient. Something as simple as a morning walk around the garden or a slow session of stretching before breakfast helps the body use food as fuel rather than storing it as fat. For those who want to stay independent, maintaining a healthy weight is essential, and regular morning activity plays a large role in that. Balance and coordination often decline with age, which is why falls are one of the leading causes of serious injury among seniors. However, this decline is not inevitable. It can be slowed or even reversed with consistent practice. Movements like standing on one foot while holding onto a chair, gently marching in place, or practicing slow heel-to-toe walking keep the body alert and the brain engaged with movement. These exercises not only strengthen the muscles needed for balance, but also train the nervous system to respond more quickly. When balance improves, confidence increases, and with confidence comes the freedom to continue living independently without constant fear of falling. Light exercise also plays a major role in reducing pain. Many older adults experience stiffness in the back, hips, or knees and believe that resting will help, but inactivity often makes pain worse. Gentle stretches and controlled movements lubricate the joints by increasing synovial fluid, which acts as the body's natural cushion. This reduces discomfort and helps maintain mobility. For example, stretching the arms overhead, slowly bending forward to touch the knees, or rotating the shoulders can relieve tension that builds overnight. Over time, such movements reduce chronic aches and help avoid dependency on pain medication. There is also a powerful mental and emotional benefit to exercising in the morning. Movement releases endorphins, which are the body's natural mood enhancers. Starting the day with this chemical boost creates motivation, optimism, and mental clarity. Many people notice that they think more clearly after even a short session of exercise, because the brain thrives when the body is active. This effect can reduce feelings of depression or anxiety that sometimes appear in older age, making mornings brighter and more purposeful. When the mind feels strong, the desire to stay engaged with life grows stronger too. Importantly, morning exercise does not need to be complicated, exhausting, or painful. It should be enjoyable and gentle, tailored to one's own ability level. For some, it might be a slow walk with deep breaths, while for others it could be a routine of stretching or a light yoga sequence. The key is consistency and regular practice rather than intensity. 10 minutes every day is more effective than 1 hour once a week. The body responds to repetition, and over time these small efforts build lasting strength and stability. In addition to the physical and emotional benefits, morning exercise gives a sense of accomplishment at the very start of the day. When you move your body before doing anything else, you have already achieved something positive that supports your health. This creates momentum and makes it easier to continue making good choices throughout the day, whether it is choosing nourishing foods, staying socially active, or keeping the mind engaged. It is a simple habit that produces benefits far greater than the time and effort it requires. For someone who wants to live independently and avoid unnecessary dependence on medication or constant medical visits, light morning exercise is a non-negotiable practice. It strengthens the body, protects the heart, sharpens the mind, and uplifts the spirit. It is a reminder each morning that life is still moving forward and that health is something we can influence with consistent care. Even at an advanced age, these movements keep the body alive with energy and the heart strong with purpose. What we put into our bodies has the power to heal or harm, to energize or exhaust, and nowhere is this truth more visible than in older age. As the years pass, the body becomes more sensitive to food choices, and poor eating habits that may have gone unnoticed in youth begin to show serious consequences. Yet the good news is that even in later years, changing the way we eat and drink can bring about remarkable improvements in health, energy, and independence. Nourishing the body with clean, simple foods and staying hydrated is not a complex science reserved for experts. It is a practice that anyone can follow, and the results can be life-changing. Starting the day with water is one of the simplest yet most effective habits for health. Overnight, the body becomes dehydrated, and without replenishing fluids, the system struggles to function properly. Dehydration in older adults can cause dizziness, confusion, headaches, and even make joints ache more. A glass of water in the morning awakens the organs, flushes out toxins, and rehydrates every cell. It primes the body for digestion and circulation, creating a strong foundation for the rest of the day. Adding a slice of lemon or drinking warm water can further aid digestion, but even plain water alone can make a noticeable difference in how energized and clear-minded one feels. Once hydration is in place, The type of food eaten becomes the next key factor. Clean and simple foods mean meals that are close to their natural state, free from excessive processing, chemicals, and artificial additives. Fresh fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats form the foundation of this kind of eating. These foods provide essential vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that protect against disease and support the body's natural repair systems. For older adults, who may face a greater risk of heart disease, diabetes, and weakened immunity, such nutrient-dense foods can act like medicine without the side effects. Breakfast is especially important because it fuels the body after a night of fasting. Instead of heavy fried foods or sugary pastries, starting the day with fruit, oats, or a boiled egg provides steady energy without causing sudden spikes and crashes in blood sugar. Stable blood sugar keeps the mind sharp, prevents mood swings, and reduces the risk of long-term complications like diabetes. A small bowl of fresh berries, a slice of whole grain toast with avocado, or a handful of nuts can deliver both nourishment and satisfaction. These meals are light enough not to weigh the body down, but strong enough to give lasting energy throughout the morning. Avoiding processed foods is another critical element of staying healthy in later years. Packaged snacks, sugary drinks, and heavily salted meals might be convenient, but they steal energy rather than provide it. They are often filled with empty calories that offer little nutrition but put stress on the heart, kidneys, and digestive system. For someone who wishes to remain independent and avoid relying on multiple medications, reducing or eliminating these foods can make a profound difference. Instead of a soda, choose water or herbal tea. Instead of processed meats, choose fresh fish, chicken, or beans. Small changes like these build up to major health improvements. Healthy eating also plays a central role in maintaining a strong immune system. As the body ages, the immune response naturally weakens, making older adults more vulnerable to illness. But a diet rich in vitamins A, C, D, and E, as well as zinc and selenium, strengthens the body's ability to fight infections. Leafy greens, citrus fruits, seeds, and nuts are excellent sources of these nutrients. When combined with proper hydration, they create an internal environment where the immune system can function at its best. This is why many older adults who focus on eating well notice they get sick less often and recover faster when they do. Another important point is portion control. As metabolism slows with age, the body requires fewer calories, but it still needs the same or even higher amounts of certain nutrients. Eating smaller, balanced meals throughout the day prevents overloading the digestive system and avoids feelings of heaviness or fatigue. Large meals filled with fried or sugary foods often lead to sluggishness, while lighter meals of vegetables, protein, and grains provide energy without strain. Paying attention to how the body feels after eating helps guide better choices, and over time these choices create a pattern of health. Food is not just physical nourishment, it also affects the mind. Diets high in processed foods and sugars have been linked to higher rates of depression, anxiety, and cognitive decline. In contrast, diets rich in whole foods support brain health, improve memory, and boost mood. Omega-3 fatty acids found in fish, walnuts, and flax seeds are particularly beneficial for brain function, while antioxidants in colorful fruits and vegetables protect the brain from damage. Staying mentally sharp is just as important as staying physically strong, and clean eating provides the foundation for both. Hydration deserves special emphasis because it is often overlooked. Many older adults drink less water because the sense of thirst declines with age, but the body's need for water does not decrease. Drinking regularly throughout the day prevents constipation, reduces the risk of urinary infections, and keeps the skin healthier. It also supports kidney function, which becomes increasingly important with age. Carrying a water bottle, setting reminders, or adding natural flavors like cucumber or mint can make drinking water more enjoyable and consistent. The beauty of this approach to eating and hydration is that it doesn't require strict rules or deprivation. It is not about counting calories or following complicated diets, but about making simple, thoughtful choices day after day. Choosing fresh over processed, water over sugary drinks, and whole foods over artificial ones gradually transforms the body from the inside out. Over time, energy increases, sleep improves, and many common health problems lessen or even disappear. For those who dream of living independently without relying heavily on medications, this habit is one of the most important steps. Nourishing the body with clean foods and hydration each morning is more than just fueling the body for a single day. It is a practice that builds strength for years to come. With consistency, the body responds by staying energetic, the mind remains sharp, and independence is preserved. It proves that health is not only about surviving longer, but about living better, with clarity and vitality at every stage of life. The mind is just like the body. It needs exercise to stay strong, alert, and capable. Many people pay attention to physical health, but forget that mental health and sharpness are equally important, especially in older age. Beginning the morning with activities that stimulate the brain is one of the most powerful ways to preserve independence, prevent decline, and create a sense of purpose each day. The brain thrives on challenge and novelty, and when it is given fresh input regularly, it continues to grow, adapt, and protect memory even into advanced years. One of the best practices for mental stimulation is reading. Starting the morning with a book, newspaper, or even a short article engages the mind, improves focus, and introduces new ideas. Reading not only strengthens memory, but also helps expand vocabulary and critical thinking. For older adults, this means staying engaged with the world rather than withdrawing from it. When you read in the morning, you give the brain fuel just like a good breakfast fuels the body. It activates concentration and curiosity, both of which are essential to staying mentally young. Writing is another powerful exercise. Keeping a simple journal, jotting down memories, or writing a short reflection on what you are thankful for stimulates multiple parts of the brain. It encourages clarity of thought, improves hand-eye coordination, and helps process emotions. Writing in the morning also creates a sense of order, allowing you to set intentions for the day and reflect on what matters most. For many older adults, journaling provides not only cognitive benefits, but also emotional relief, because it creates a safe space to express feelings that might otherwise be left unspoken. Puzzles and problem-solving activities are like workouts for the brain. Crosswords, Sudoku, memory games, or even learning a new skill can wake up the mind and keep it active. These challenges strengthen neural pathways, making the brain more resilient against age-related decline. Research has shown that people who regularly engage in mental activities are less likely to experience severe memory loss or dementia. Doing such exercises in the morning sets a positive tone for the rest of the day and makes the mind more alert in daily tasks like managing finances, cooking, or socializing. Conversation is another underrated but highly effective mental exercise. Talking with someone in the morning, even for a few minutes, forces the brain to listen, process information, and respond quickly. This keeps communication skills sharp and provides mental stimulation that solitary activities may not always provide. For older adults who live alone, making it a habit to call a family member, neighbor, or friend in the morning can be both mentally and emotionally uplifting. It strengthens memory, encourages social connection, and reduces feelings of isolation, all of which contribute to overall wellness. Another important aspect of mental activity is learning. The brain is capable of learning and adapting at any age, and mornings are a great time to explore something new. Whether it is picking up a new language, practicing a musical instrument, or studying a new subject, these activities create new neural connections and keep the mind flexible. Older adults who continue learning often describe themselves as feeling more alive, curious, and engaged. The pursuit of knowledge doesn't have to stop with age. In fact, it becomes even more important because it provides motivation and purpose. Practicing mindfulness or meditation in the morning is also highly beneficial for mental clarity. It may not seem like active brain work, but focusing on the breath, being aware of thoughts, and training the mind to remain present are powerful mental exercises. These practices strengthen attention span, reduce stress, and increase emotional stability. Older adults who practice mindfulness often find that they are less forgetful, less anxious, and more in control of their thoughts. This sense of calm and clarity supports independence by making daily challenges easier to manage. The link between mental activity and emotional well-being cannot be ignored. A sharp mind naturally leads to greater confidence. When you feel capable of remembering, learning, and solving problems, you are less likely to fear aging or becoming dependent. Each morning, when you challenge your brain, you are proving to yourself that you still have abilities to use and talents to share. This confidence makes it easier to remain independent, to make important decisions, and to continue enjoying life with a sense of control. Another benefit of morning mental activity is that it prevents the brain from falling into patterns of negativity or passivity. Without stimulation, the mind can become idle, leading to boredom, worry, or dwelling on regrets. By engaging the mind with reading, writing, or puzzles right after waking, you take control of your thoughts and steer them toward productivity. This proactive approach reduces the chances of feeling lonely or purposeless, which are common struggles among older adults. A busy and engaged mind leaves less room for negative thinking. Consistency is the key to keeping the brain healthy. Just as with physical exercise, occasional effort will not produce lasting results. But making mental activity a morning habit creates a routine that builds strength day after day. Over time, the brain adapts, grows sharper, and becomes more resilient to the natural changes of aging. Even small efforts compound into big results, and the earlier this habit begins, the longer its benefits last. But it is never too late to start. The brain responds positively at any age when given the challenge it needs. Maintaining independence in old age depends as much on the mind as it does on the body. A clear, strong, and active brain allows you to make wise choices, avoid dangerous mistakes, and stay in control of your daily life. Morning mental activity is a simple but transformative habit that keeps the brain alive with curiosity and strength. It is a practice that not only sharpens memory but also preserves dignity, independence, and the joy of being fully engaged with life. Human beings are not designed to live in isolation, and this truth becomes even more important in older age. Staying socially connected is as vital to health as eating well and exercising, yet it is often overlooked. Many older adults face loneliness when children move away, spouses pass on, or friends drift apart. Loneliness does not just create sadness. It weakens the immune system, increases the risk of heart disease, raises blood pressure, and even speeds up memory decline. On the other hand, social connection has been proven to extend life expectancy, improve mood, and strengthen resilience. Beginning each morning with intentional connection, no matter how small, can transform the entire day. Connection does not always mean large gatherings or constant company. It can be as simple as greeting a neighbor, calling a friend, or checking in with family. These small acts remind you that you are part of something bigger than yourself. They create a sense of belonging that strengthens both the mind and body. For those living alone, especially in older age, reaching out each morning through a phone call or even a quick message can set a positive tone that carries throughout the day. It lifts the spirit, reduces feelings of emptiness, and encourages the motivation to stay active. Social connection also stimulates the brain. Conversations challenge memory, listening skills, and the ability to respond thoughtfully. Every time you recall a story to share, ask a question, or laugh with someone, your brain is working in ways that protect it from decline. Studies show that seniors who maintain strong social ties have sharper cognitive function and are less likely to develop dementia. This is because the brain thrives on interaction. Just like muscles get stronger with use, the brain stays strong when exercised through communication. There is also a powerful emotional benefit in being socially engaged. Older adults who isolate themselves often experience depression, anxiety, or a sense of hopelessness. In contrast, those who nurture relationships report greater happiness and a stronger sense of purpose. Waking up and knowing you will hear from or speak to someone gives meaning to the day. It shifts focus from personal limitations to shared experiences. When you laugh with a friend, encourage a grandchild, or share wisdom with a neighbor, you are not only lifting your own spirit, but also strengthening theirs. This exchange of energy creates vitality that medicine cannot provide. Even for those who feel physically limited, there are many ways to remain socially connected. Technology makes it easier than ever to reach out. Video calls, online groups, or simple phone conversations allow connection without leaving the house. Some older adults resist technology, believing it is too difficult to learn, but once mastered, it becomes a lifeline against loneliness. Joining an online reading club, attending virtual exercise classes, or simply chatting with family on a video call can bring joy and companionship right into the home. These interactions provide stimulation, laughter, and comfort without requiring physical effort. Maintaining connection also means being open to new relationships. Sometimes older adults feel that making new friends is only for the young, but friendship has no age limit. Meeting neighbors, attending community events, or volunteering creates opportunities to connect with others and share experiences. Helping others in any way, no matter how small, not only strengthens social ties, but also boosts self-esteem and gives life purpose. When you give time or attention to someone else, you are reminded of your own value, which builds confidence and happiness. Another important aspect of staying connected is family involvement. Even if children or grandchildren live far away, regular contact keeps bonds strong. Sharing stories, offering guidance, or simply listening to their updates allows you to stay involved in their lives. This sense of being needed and valued is deeply nourishing. For many older adults, family connection provides the motivation to remain strong and healthy because they want to continue being part of their loved ones' lives for as long as possible. It creates a reason to get up in the morning and take care of oneself. Social connection also impacts physical health. Laughter, conversation, and companionship lower stress hormones and reduce inflammation in the body. They promote better sleep, lower blood pressure, and improve heart health. People who remain socially engaged often recover faster from illness or injury because their spirits remain strong and they feel supported. Being connected gives the body a reason to keep going, while isolation sends the message that life has little meaning, which weakens health over time. It is also important to remember that staying connected does not always mean relying on others to reach out first. Taking initiative is key. Calling a friend, joining a group, or even saying good morning to a passerby puts you in control of your social health. Waiting for others can lead to disappointment, but choosing to act builds independence. The more you give in terms of attention, kindness, or companionship, the more you receive in return. This cycle of giving and receiving is at the heart of human connection, and it nourishes both sides. Starting the morning with connection creates momentum for the day. A short chat with a neighbor can inspire you to go for a walk. A call from a friend can encourage you to cook a healthy meal, and laughter with a family member can motivate you to keep your mind active. These small interactions are not just moments of joy. They are the building blocks of long-term health and independence. They prove that aging does not mean being alone or forgotten, but can instead be filled with relationships, meaning, and vitality. Staying socially connected is one of the strongest predictors of healthy aging. It keeps the mind sharp, the heart full, and the body resilient. It prevents the dangerous effects of isolation and replaces them with joy, purpose, and strength. By making connection a daily practice, beginning each morning with some form of interaction, older adults can maintain independence and continue living with energy, dignity, and fulfillment.